from this point, we're trying to figure out where the light shaft is going to go. Right now, it is at a weird angle. So what we're going to do is to look at this thing in a clipping plane. Let's put it somewhere arbitrary and rotate this around. And that guy is here. Okay, so if I make this cut clipping plane right there, I could see that these pieces are kind of angled, right? What I want to try to do is to make this straight, clean. If we noticed that all of these shafts that we made, copy this from that to that point. It's kind of where it should be. So if we look at this thing in, whoops, if we look at this thing from the side, what probably needs to happen is that this needs to be straightened out. This needs to be straightened out. But please note that when we straighten these openings out, it's going to have to be from like the bottom here, and at this point the top, because the rays of the sun are coming in this way. If I try to make this straight by putting this edge right there, it's going to block part of the sun, and we cannot have that. So we're going to have to push this back. Okay, so I'm going to draw a temporary line to the bottom side. Whoops. To the bottom side right here. Get the ortho going, and it's there, right? So that tells me that this edge right here has to be back to this point. This one right here, I'm going to draw a point at that point, and then go to right or left view and make a line. So this right here is actually where the windows, how big the window should be, so that it will not interfere with this light ray. Okay, so with that, I could take this thing with the guideline right there and kind of make it so that I could push this back. Okay, there's a command called intersect, and select object to intersect. I think it was this guy. Object to it. Whoops. Select object to intersect. Select all of them, and there it is. I made a little point in space right there. So now I can just select this edge and move that point to that point. Okay, and that made a straight line right there. I could do the same up here. Intersect. Intersect. Oops. So what I'm trying to do is find the intersection point. Select that guy and this guy, and it made a little point up here and point down here. Since this is a light lay that's supposed to be on there, and I cannot interfere with this one, and I want a straight light, I'm going to select this edge and move it from that point to that intersection point. And with that, that light that went right there is not going to interfere with any of the wall stuff. Okay? So I'm going to do that with all of these guys as well. Since this is a light shaft, I probably want to cut this corner, and I want to cut this back right here. So again, draw a line from this point here, because I want it to be a straight area, go to the right view, draw a line right to the bottom, straight. For this one, the light ray is going to be there. I need to bring this line up. So select that one, and there too, on the right hand view, go straight up. And that gives me a point in space. I could go ahead and go intersect and select this, intersect, select object to intersect, select this thing, whoops, select this thing and these guys, and that should give me a point in space. I could then have an area to an object to point to, move from that intersection to that point in space. Same thing with this guy. I could select this edge and then move that edge from that there. Move, select that edge, enter from that point to that point right there, and I made a nice squared off aperture. Select that, and get rid of that. And for the wall side, it's the same thing. The light is coming at this angle. This part, if I drop this wall down, it will make the window smaller, so we can't do that. For this part, the edge of light is going to be here, so I'm going to make this thing, so line, from that intersection, and for this I might go to go from there to that outside line right there, and same should happen. So copy this, copy from that point to that point there, and I can move this one straight in. So once I did that, I should be able to intersect these lines and points. So intersect, select all of these, select all of these guys, and then it made points in space. I should be able to take this line right here and move it from there to that point. Let's put in point there. Okay, so this one too, I am going to move that line right there from that intersection endpoint to that point right there. So didn't I move this? Okay, with that I should have made a floor, made all the windows. If you wanted to, you could get rid of some of these points, delete, so that it'll show up clean and not in the way, but that's what we're looking for. So in this way, you are looking at this light shaft that is going into tops of that, and the light is kind of missing or just hitting just the corner of these walls. That's what we want it to do. And from the south side, it is the exact width of the sun. Okay, so if we get something like this, you should be fine.